to another tutorial. This is Rick with Simple Tech 888. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to map a network printer using the IP address. We need to find the IP address on the printer first and make sure the software or the driver is installed on the device we want to map to. I will also show you where you can locate that IP address on the printer itself. But before we begin, if this video helps, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification for my upcoming videos. In my previous tutorial, I showed my viewers how to map a network printer using the IP address on a Mac. Well, today I'm going to show you how to do on a PC. Before we get started, we need to look for the IP address on the printer itself. Just like the other video, if you go to the printer where it's located, look on the screen, the panel. If you click on the home button, that's the one with the picture or the icon of a house. Once you click on there, look for something that has the word settings. In the settings, you're going to find something that has the wireless setup wizard or something in that perspective. When you click on that, you're going to find something that has view wireless detail, or depending on the printer itself, it will say something about wireless or IP address, and on there when you click on it, it should give you the IP address. Now the IP address usually start with 10 dot something something something. So if you once you find that, we will go ahead and proceed. Now on your desktop, what the first thing we're going to do is locate the IP address of that printer and make sure that it is connected to the network. What you're going to do is open a browser, doesn't matter what it is, either Chrome or Safari. On the URL on the top, that's where you're going to enter the IP address. Now here, once you enter it, you can see that there's the network printer is connected, and it will give you the name of that printer itself. Now if you don't have the driver installed, what you need to do is copy the name of that printer, go ahead and paste it on the URL, and then after that you're going to type in the word driver download or download driver. Now that will take you to a link, which whatever company that printer is, and it will give you the driver to download onto your PC. Here, if you go through it, you can do a lot of settings and changes, but we'll go ahead and do that in another tutorial. So type in driver download, and then click on that link. In this case, it's an HP LaserJet printer. What you want to do is scroll down and look for something that says basic driver. That's the one the thing that you need. Don't worry about anything else, just look for basic driver, and the keyword is PCL. So if you see something that has that, go ahead and download it. But for this one, it has its own wizard driver that you can follow along. So go ahead and just click download, and then go ahead and save it to your download folder. We're going to access that in a little bit. As you can see, I have downloaded the driver already onto my PC. So I'm going to go down to the file download and look for that driver or software. What you want to do is just double click it and then go ahead and run or install it, and give it a little bit for it to install. If a window pops up to unzip, just go ahead and zip it and just follow the step. It's unzipping all the files necessary to install it onto the PC, and once you do that, the wizard installation comes up. Now when this comes up, usually the first choice would be the right one, the traditional mode. Don't try to do any custom or dynamic mode. So click that and click next, and then here what you want to do is go down to the choice where it says add a printer using an IP address. Click next, and here you're going to enter that IP address once again. In this case, is 10.163.110.2. Then click next. Now as you can see, there's two choices. Keep it as default and click continue. and then use the default again. Don't change anything. Here you're gonna change the printer name if you want to. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and type in test printer, um, or whatever name it is you want, and just type it in. Once you're done changing the name, click next. Now the wizard is going to take you through installing and adding that printer to your computer. Just give it a few seconds for it to complete installing. Now when it's done, to go ahead and keep it as default. Then if you want to set it as a default printer, go ahead and check that box, and then you can also print a test page. But as you can see here, it has installed successfully. When you go closing it, it will set it as a default. That wraps it up for today's tutorial. If you'd like to check out my other videos on how to map a network printer using a Mac, go ahead and check out the video. I put it in the description below. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification. And thank you again for watching.